Anybody want to get to the latest on this breaking news that you saw playing out first right here on Fox 5? And speaking of seeing, Sky Fox over the scene right now. Let's get to them in Bethesda. This is over the Walter Reed campus right now. It's an interesting scenario that we've seen play out here over the last few minutes. This initially came in. There you see the live view of Sky Fox over the Walter Reed campus. This initially came in as a call to what Walter Reed officials refer to as a possible active shooter. And the initial call came in, as you look at the campus here, kind of in the upper left of the screen in a parking area, and then a few minutes later a similar call on what would be just off to the right of the screen in one of the administrative buildings. So there was a lot of concern. The campus went into they issued an order for a lockdown or remain in place. And then a short time later, someone was taken into custody. So this all played out very quickly. But however, they were able to get somebody in custody. And when they did, Montgomery County Police are telling us that that person apparently had what they are referring to as a fake gun. So not a real weapon, apparently. They're referring to it as a fake gun. Nonetheless, somebody in custody. This is all playing out just within the last few minutes on the Walter Reed campus here in Bethesda. So the good news is a suspect in custody. Sky Fox over the scene now. There was quite a bit of concern apparently when the calls first came in. There you see the campus's relation to Rockville Pike, Wisconsin Avenue there in the upper right of the screen. When the calls first came in, because it came into two different areas, there was a little bit of concern, or a significant amount of concern, depending on who you ask, as to what might potentially be happening, hence the order for the remain in place. Still waiting to see if that has been lifted now that someone has been taken into custody. But there is still a lockdown as far as in and out privileges. As you see that vehicle right there trying to turn into the campus, and it is coned off right now. So no one is able to come in or leave that campus until security officials give the okay for that to happen. So we're still waiting for that moment when they can get back to business as usual. As you see more vehicles getting ready there to try to enter the campus. It's a busy part of the workday, for sure. Across the street, no problem there. On that side of the highway, as you do see what appears to be I believe that's a Metro police office vehicle there. But Bob Barnard is on his way there. He's going to be up with joining us soon. We'll get a little more information from him. Hopefully he'll be able to get a chance to chat with some of the folks who are there, although right now with the remain in place, you haven't seen anybody leave that campus. I think some of those vehicles might be a little confused as to whether or not this is a temporary stop or what as far as accessing the campus. There you see more as to what's happening there in Bethesda. So the bulk of what we were looking at is not what Chopper is showing right now. It was more on the other side of the campus. Yeah, I'm not quite sure, to be completely honest with you, what they're zooming in on there. But Montgomery County is continuing to put out more information again with the suspect in custody. This whole thing started less than an hour ago, about 10:20 this morning. And the initial call, again, came in as a report of an active shooter. Montgomery County Police once again reiterating that the suspect is in custody. The suspect did have, in their words, a fake gun. So just passing off right now that there's no threat to the community. They say the scene is secured. Quite a scare this morning on the campus of Walter Reed. We got Bob Barnard arriving there. We're going to get to Bob in just a second as we're getting a nice aerial view of campus right now on both sides of the street, courtesy of Sky Fox. I want to get to Bob Barnard, though, and, you know, Bob was one of the first to get up the street, fortunately close by for us here at Fox 5. You know, Bob, it's tough. I know you're always looking for people to talk to, but at this point, I have not heard, maybe you have, if the remain in place has been lifted. We have not seen people leaving the campus yet. Have you?
Well, just now, Steve, just since I turned this way, they're starting to remove the cones from across the street. This is the main entrance, and we've not seen anything going in, no vehicles, emergency vehicles or otherwise, but now they're letting folks out. And if you pan to the right here, there have been folks who have been just kind of stationary here waiting for the gate to open, because this is, you know, the medical center metro station, and now it appears people are being allowed to walk in. But literally, Steve, just in the last minute or so. Otherwise, people are just kind of standing here waiting for the all clear. So what we're seeing here would indicate that, yes, they're letting foot traffic in soon as they move the cones. Cars will be allowed in, and cars are being allowed out right now. But up until about 2 minutes ago, and I don't know if you can see way through the crowd there, those are the first folks who have been allowed to walk in kind of on the sidewalk heading in to the, you know, Naval Support activity, Bethesda, Walter Reed campus here. And as you've been mentioning, Steve, I'm sure we heard two different buildings. Building 10, Building 63 is potentially where this was happening. Building 10 is the offices of the command duty officer and the Clark Auditorium on the first floor there at Building 10. But whatever was going on, whether it was there or initially the reports at 10:45 this morning were that it was outside of Building 63, it appears that the lockdown has been lifted, and now, as we see here, these are some of the first cars being allowed to re-enter, and for these folks, probably for the first time today, enter the Walter Reed campus.